right, so I decided to bring you along for another day in the life. And today I've got probably to date my most extensive Federal Express route. It was explained to me that they kind of had their act together today and they had something already planned out. And when I mentioned in this segment of the Gig Geezer about being prepared for the unexpected, when I had to go back to Lexington, drive about a half an hour each way to swap out of the Geezer van into the Geezer 16. Well, I decided today that I was going to show up in the Geezer 16, and it was the right move because this is what I have to deliver today. This is part of the route that I have to deliver today. A lot of items, even though it's like 35 stops, but I'm certain that the area is not tight by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like I'm going to go through 3 towns along a couple of main roads. I will say that if I were to try to fit those items into the Geezer van, it probably would be done, but it would be, it could be done in the Geezer van. I'm not going to say it can't be done. It could be done in a Geezer van. But it's easier when you have more space to work with. Let's say if you had a extended body, high roof van, you've got another I want to say 3 to 4 more feet, which translates into probably about 50 more cubic feet. And that could be significant in terms of making things happen in your delivery and transport experience. So the other thing that's going to help me out is the fact that I'm prepared. I've got my dolly, I've got my hand truck dolly, and I've got my other furniture dollies. I keep 2 furniture dollies here in the Geezer 16, and then I have to swap out from time to time with the hand truck dolly being in the either in the van or in the Geezer 16. Of course, there's a pallet jack back there for other reasons, and I've got a couple of trick boards as well. So all that is to say, I'm ready. The question is, where am I going? Now, I'm on a road that's taking me to a town called Jenkinsville. Jenkinsville is most noted for the nuclear power plant that was once in operation. I believe that they shut it down. It may still be in operation, but I know that there was an addition to the plant that got shut down because of over budgeting and basically a lot of mismanagement that was involved. And residents and customers are being overcharged to try to fund basically a failed project. Now, from there, I go over to Winsboro, which is an area that I mentioned in another segment of the Gig Geezer. That takes me over to Fairfield County. This takes me over to the far end of Richland County, then Fairfield County, and then there's one stop, I think, that's going towards Ridgeway, which is, if you look on the map, I-77 divides Winsboro between I-77, which takes you up to Charlotte, divides you between Winsboro and Ridgeway, whoever that's worth. So what I'm going to do is join the conversation after the first stop, because that'll be my first opportunity to really pay attention to the map and how it's been optimized to determine how tight of a route it is. I don't think it is. What happened was I decided to just, once I got the Geezer 16 loaded up, I decided to get on out because I want to get this over with. And so that I can kind of, I got other things to do today. And the nice thing though is the nice thing about this opportunity is that I've got something to do at least through the end of the month, and I'm not having to sweat it out or concern myself with earnings opportunities at this juncture. I can look at the gig apps and stuff come out and kind of smirk and chuckle at how folk are grabbing stuff within 0.6 of a second. But that could be me. And they could be smirking and chuckling at what they see going on their phones as well. So with that, hey, The Gear Geezer channel is over, at least at last checked, over 16,975 subscribers. As I've mentioned so much lately, the immediate goal is 17,000 subscribers. The intermediate goal is 20,000 subscribers. The only way it's going to happen is by you forcing the algorithm. You have to force the algorithm by your subscribing to the channel, you're checking out the content, ideally in its entirety, you're commenting in the section below, you're giving the content a thumbs up, and you're sharing the content among others. That's the only way it's going to force the algorithm, because right now this channel has been in dead status for over 2 years. I keep saying it, but it's true. But anyway, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment, you know what to do. All right, I have tried several times now to continue the conversation from when I was in the box, talking about rotating your parcels so that you can keep things moving. I may be close to halfway through the route. I may not be. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Yeah, maybe I am. I am about halfway through the route. It's just that the way this route was set up, if I went according to the optimization, it would have been going north, then east, and then back west, and then north. And that just didn't make any sense to me. So what I did was, go north, then I'm coming back down south, and then go east, and then I'll be able to finish the route that way. It just made better sense. You're gonna make adjustments according to how you feel anyway. What I'm sharing with you is what has worked for me since 2020, and even then when I did Amazon Flex. In fact, it's a good reminder with Amazon Flex. I don't know if you can deliver off course with Amazon Flex, but if you can, sometimes you have to make those type of decisions because you just it's a feel thing more so than knowledge a lot of times. And the way what I felt was that where I'm going right now is to the furthest point north. Now I can make my way back and kind of at least mentally go through the rest of the route instead of what I saw on the map, something way up here and then everything over here and then everything down here. So you're seeing this all real time. I'm about probably two and a half, 2 3/4 hours through the route. And just what I figured, because of me coming out here to the sticks, it's going to take longer, and it did. The other thing that also took a lot of time was the fact that I had to go back through all the parcels to ensure that I didn't miss anything, because what was shown on the manifest and what was showing here on the scanner isn't what I got in the truck, and that's not on me. That's a sorting issue that I think everybody encounters, especially someone like me who gets what people don't want. So, if you like the content so far, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome comments in the section below. All right, so we're here in the Geezer 16, inside the Geezer 16 box. And what I am doing is rotating through a route. Rotating through the route is moving stuff that, as you get close to those round stops, you put stuff up closer to where you have easier access. When I did it in the F-150, what I would do is, as I showed in past segments of the Gig Geezer from a few years ago, is that they were to my right. So, in the passenger seat is where I had like the next 5 to 10 stops. When I first tried it with the Geezer van, what I did was similar to what I'm doing now, is that I'm moving stuff to the cargo door, and that's what I'm doing right now. This route has been a trip. That I didn't get everything as shown on the manifest, and when I realized that, making sure that I don't have to double back, I viewed every single box and address 5 times to ensure that I didn't miss anything. And even if you do it 5 times, it's possible you still may miss something, but that should not be the case. 2 stops ago, guy comes out and asks me, well, you know, they told me that for the 3rd time, my saw should be on this route. And I told him, it's not on my route. I checked multiple times to ensure that I did not miss your stuff. And then I went on to explain to him how the process is with terms of me having items loaded onto this truck. It's like a 10-minute explanation because he asked a bunch of questions. But I was willing to do that so that he understood that, hey, I'm not trying to jack around with your stuff. I want to get your stuff to you and get on with my day. That's what we're doing now. We're trying to get on with the day, even though it seems to be chaos, but it's not really chaos. It looks like chaos, but there's a method to the madness. All right, I'm about 5 hours into this route, and 5 hours, I don't think it's a long time, but for the number of stops, it is a long time. What doesn't help is the fact that this is not a tight route. This is a very loose, wide route, and so there's often stretches of between 7 and 8 minutes between stops. If according to the scanner app, it's telling me that I've got like 46 stops, and you're averaging 6-7 stops 6-7 minutes between stops, well, you're already at 4 hours just based on time. So this route should take me about 6 hours to complete based on what I'm kind of calculating right now. It's been a sorting nightmare in that there are 3 stops. If you see on the inset, the ones with the 3 packages with the black wrapping, those 3 were misrouted, and I've got to go back to the yard and return those. and there's a certain protocol in how you do that. You gotta scan them and then mark. You've got to scan them and then you scan them, you mark the date, time, the route, and the reason why, based on a code, why they're being returned. I've also, at least you go back here on that inset again, there's 3 on the left side. They are on the route, but there's one that I had to add, and then the ones in the middle are the next set of stops that I'm about to complete. So yeah, I should be finished within the hour, but this has been a mess. It's been a mess, and that's why you got people, you got the regulars, why they throw stuff off on people like myself, because hey, they've got that luxury. Oh, it's a challenge, but if you're not up to it, you stay home or you find something else to do. All right, so we're done for today. All I have to do now is head back to the yard and return full parcels. There was an extra one because that one also turned out to be routed onto the wrong route, even though it had the correct route number. I mean, logistically, it just did not fit into the route that I have just completed. So, according to the scanner app, 35 stops. That is the most involved one that I've had, the most extensive one that I had, simply because of territory covered, not so much as number of stops, but territory covered. I covered a lot of ground, and I've already talked about, I see why someone like me got this route, or at least because bottom line is that this is an area that people do not want to deliver to. So we live to do this another day, and I guess I'll be back at it tomorrow morning, December 10, 2025. And so hey, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I welcome comments in the section below. Also, the immediate goal is 17,000 subscribers. The intermediate goal is 20,000 subscribers. It cannot be accomplished without you. I'm Inwood Lane. May your hustle, may your grind, and may your business continue.